Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like the diamond in the sky.
Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, wherever you are connecting from, I thank you very much for your contribution on the channel. Please continue to add your opinion on this channel. Go to the comment section and say your views. Express yourself the way you want it. Remember, in this channel, I bring you information on things that are happening in Nigeria, when it happened, how it happened, wherever it happened, and all over the world. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I want to share with you a very important program that was held in channel television. The debate was held between somebody from the southern part of Nigeria and somebody from the northern part of Nigeria. I want you to hear what is going on in that very country called Nigeria. You can now believe after watching this video that Nigeria is not one and can never be one. The hatred between the north and the south is obvious. The disunity, it's obvious and cannot change. When you watch these people who call themselves politicians, the way they talk and the way they defend themselves on issues, you'll be wondering, are these people in the same country? Let us watch the interview at channel television and see for ourselves that Nigeria is not one and can never be one. And it's not going to get better anytime soon. So, the only solution seems to be a breakup so that everybody will go their separate ways and secure their lives from what is going on. Let us watch till the end, then go to the comment section and leave your comment. Thank you and remember last.
So when you say that where a president that can unite the country is very important and where he comes from is secondary, some people will say no, that it's the other way around. That a lot of people will be looking to where support is going to be coming from for the next president. There will be huge questions as to whether or not the North thinks that unity and carrying people along is important enough. I mean, unity of this country is more important. I don't want to say it's more important than competency, but those sentiments are strong enough that it will seem that no matter what you do,
doesn't that reinforce the argument that there must be a democratically elected person, transparently and sincerely and openly? He must be elected first and foremost. Nigerians must recognize that that person, wherever he comes from, was elected. No dispute about that. He was elected because more Nigerians feel safe and secure and comfortable with him than anybody else, than any other candidate. And therefore, the elections Nigerians must be allowed to exercise their constitutional rights to elect a president.
If we were to put side by side unity and security, because they're two different things. Unity and security.
No, they're not. Lack of unity creates problems for security.
It does.
This is what we're dealing with.
So one affects the other. But I'm trying to say that if we were to prioritize, because security is about how safe I feel.
Sure.
Unity is whether or not I feel a part of the country. I could be safe, but I might not feel a part of this country. Sure. So if we were to prioritize unity or security, which do you think takes precedence?
I would say unite the country, but you don't just unite the country in abstract terms. You must give every Nigerian a sense of belonging. And the way you do that is you run a government that is inclusive, that pays attention to the peculiarities of sections, that brings in all Nigerians into the process of governance, and that is available to all groups. That's how you do that. So you reinforce unity and you give security. All this irredentism you're saying is substantially because people feel substantially marginalized. They feel they are not part of this administration. They haven't been part of this administration, and therefore they want out. The way to do this is to fix the leadership of the country. This time, elect somebody who would not behave like President Buhari runs his administration. That will substantially address both the security issues and the national unity issues.
In conclusion, and I'm going to take your closing comments, right? So perhaps I should take yours first. How do you see this conversation being resolved? Mr. Babared has said that the governors belong to, I don't want to see national groups.
They do.
Different national groups that have authority you know, to do something about this. How do you see this conversation being resolved, especially now that we see that the southern governors don't belong to one political party. They all belong to different political parties. How do you think that this impasse, because it looks like this is what it's going to be at the end of the day, how do you see it being resolved?
It will be resolved through natural selection. Why do I say natural selection? Buhari and those who aid him in both the PDP and the APC have closed all avenues for discussion. You can hear what he's saying. If he walked to bring Buhari in, and after 8 years Buhari has ruled, he's telling me again, my brother is telling me we should allow him to also bring another of his brother in. How do
I'm not
others
telling
feel?
you that. Come on.
But that's
I'm
what
not
you're
telling
saying.
you that.
Why then contest what our people? You have taken your 8 years. You worked under Buhari. You came in with Buhari. And then, whether Buhari disappointed you later on or not, that's not my business. Our people are now saying, it is our turn. Giving instruction to all our people. We gave these people 8 years. From now on, no matter the party you're in, no matter where you're talking about, make sure the thing returns here since they've taken their own 8 years. So that we'll be able to address this pertinent national security crisis. For a security crisis to be so difficult that people are now united despite their parties, despite their ethnicities, tells you that they see a lot that they don't want to speak anyhow openly. Because if they do, somebody from the top
So
will give
let me quickly say this. That it means that you will elevate competence. I'm sorry, you would elevate where the person is from over competence.
No, I elevate security. I must be alive first before you tell me what
And you
we're
don't
doing.
think that a northerner, if he comes in again, can give you the security which
No,
you
no,
desire?
no. No northerner today can be able to reset the fraud that Buhari has perpetrated.
Just for being a northerner.
No,
Zion.
no northerner today.
Zion.
No northerner today.
Zion.
No northerner today can be able to reset the fraud that Buhari has perpetrated.
Just for being a northerner.
No, because they do not have. Listen, and you
They don't know that?
No northerner today has that capacity
Really?
to face the Fulani Redentist movement. Take this from me.
No,
And that's why you see the
we
whole
have to
of
go
the
now.
country
Mr.
is afraid.
Ononuju, we have to go now. I have to quickly take your own 30 seconds closing comments. How do you think this crisis, this impasse is going to be resolved?
I think it will be resolved, you know. I honestly think it will be resolved. I think the governors and key people in the southern part of the country recognize the fact that if there's going to be a future in this country, it's not going to be resolved in the way it is being done, with threats and with talk like from my brother here. That's not the way it's going to be resolved. Politicians need to get together and decide what is the best way forward. All these problems you see is because they're not doing their jobs properly. The governors are politicians too. In their parties, the governors are extremely powerful people. When you see them doing this kind of thing, it's a lazy and very dangerous way of playing politics. It should stop. They need to work as politicians and have the idea that this country must survive. Particularly the nature of leadership that emerges in 2023 is central to whether Nigeria survives or not. And it must not be regionalized, it must not be ethnicized, and it must not be made a subject of further division. If you cage a part of the country to create, I understand, if you cage a part of the country so that another part of the country governs the country because everybody else is condemned, that is not a good foundation for the future.
It's a fine place to leave it. We have to thank you both for coming on Sunrise Daily. Hakeem Baba Ahmed is the Director of Publicity and Advocacy, Northern Elders Forum, and Mr. Kachi Ononuju is an economist. Thank you so much for coming on Sunrise Daily this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.